Boom shakalaka, the real reason for Bitcoin's price crash. And is this time to get ready for max pain? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including the real reason for today's price crash. And are we in for some massive pain? Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Push that like button. Now today, fear and greed down to 41. We are getting pretty darn fearful at the moment. For the past month, we were right around 50, dropping over the past week. You know what else is dropping? The overall market down over 3.5% today. Bitcoin at 25,025, Ethereum at 1650, BNB at 236, XRP 48 cents, Cardano 26 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, Tron 7 cents, and Solana $14.80. And if you want to scoop up some of the best coins at a discount using AI, today they would be Beldex, Adventure Gold, XRP, Throne, and Energy Web Token. And you can check out token metrics for yourself. Use AI like ChatGPT, but specifically for crypto to pick out the best coins. Free trial down in the description. Now, Bitcoin breaking out of this wedge that we were talking about and actually breaking below some pretty serious support levels at this $25,000 area. Previous resistance here thought it would turn support, but at the moment breaking through those levels down below, potentially headed for this orange line, the 200-day moving average, right now at about $23,600. And you also have to remember that between the Bitcoin bottom down here in November and the halving price, fair value, $40,000, there's this orange line right here, roughly around $22,500. So those are the next two levels Bitcoin could be headed towards if we see a continuation in downward movement. Although the volume profile, pretty strong support here at $25,000, very strong support here at $23,000. Those are key levels to keep an eye on. Now, the real reason for the price crash today, Bitcoin dipped below $25,000 for the first time in 3 months. Can you believe it? It's still up for the year? What? Hang on. How about that for perspective, huh? Well, if we take a look, it all comes back to inflation, rate hikes, things like that. So, people were saying inflation is moving in the right direction, but the comments from Jerome Powell signify that rates could stay higher for longer, which could put Bitcoin on the back foot. If rates stay high, potentially Bitcoin won't go as high. Now, until Bitcoin gets to a couple levels, really is just going sideways. For months now, we have been going sideways between 23.5 support and $35,000 resistance. Until Bitcoin breaks out from one of those levels, commenting on where it's going, not really fruitful because it is just sideways. That being said though, Bitcoin is keying up some critical levels at the moment. On the weekly charts, we have the first test of the 20 weekly moving averages, blue line here. Support of Bitcoin during bull runs, but breaks through to the bottom during bearish moments, like when we went from the summer rally down below it, or finding support here, finding support here. So the first test of it, will we find support at these levels where we are right now? Very interesting to note. We do have a double top and retest formation. This happened previously in 2015 before a skyrocketing of price. Price went from $289 to almost $800 at that point. Once we retested there successfully, we are tapping that double top retest line right now. Important to keep an eye on right now. On the monthly 50 SMA shows a possible nice retest and then boom to all-time high. We can see this 50 monthly SMA on Bitcoin was support multiple times in 2015, also here in 2019, 2020. Now we did break below there this time, but we have broken back above. Could we find support before taking off? Great questions. I admit right now, the market is really boring and quite pessimistic. I'll admit it, it's happening. But when we start to see forecasts of $10,000 Bitcoin left and right again, have to smile. The chances of Bitcoin going to $10,000, possible. Not very likely, possible. And all those people who, when Bitcoin was, what, 20, 30, 25, 26, $27,000 are like, oh man, if I could get Bitcoin at such low prices, I would totally do it. Well, now that it's getting there, people will just be scared again. So Things worth noting. One, inverse head and shoulders right here. We have shoulder, head, shoulder. That would push Bitcoin price up. Also above the 21 EMA, also retesting the neckline in a falling wedge pattern, retesting that neckline. All of these things looking quite bullish for Bitcoin despite the rate hikes. Not only that, but when we take a look at Bitcoin and DXY, which go inversely correlated, Bitcoin has an inverse head and shoulders where price would go up from that. DXY has a regular head and shoulders, price would go down from that. As DXY price goes down, that generally pushes Bitcoin price up. So a lot of things looking good for Bitcoin. And yet people are still pessimistic. Well, you kind of have to zoom out a little bit. Right now, SEC, Binance, Coinbase, all of this is just noise. There's truly scarcity. There is the stock to flow model. There is the halving coming up in April of 2024. All of these are the signal you should be paying attention to. If we take a look at the stock to flow trading rule here in pink and Bitcoin price, for a while it just goes sideways as Bitcoin dips and then comes back to that fair value. But then it goes on a massive explosion like we have seen here. Right now, we're just in sideways territory. Bitcoin has to yet come back up. But look at where that level is right now, over $100,000. It's already a 4x for Bitcoin. And if you need a reminder that this may not be the end, Bitcoin may not be going down to $10,000. Well, just like in 2016, Bitcoin found resistance at the second line labeled at the MVRV at $31,000. That's this blue line, or excuse me, black line right here. You can see was resistance here in 2016. But now, just like in 2016, we can see this, Bitcoin has found support at the exact same level, marked number 1 in green. Reaching a mid-top line is an inevitability, just like all cycles that have come before. This was not the mid-level top. This was just the first resistance like we saw previously. Mid-level top is a lot higher and is still on the way. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push a like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.